Everyone. Let's go. My name is Daryl Brown. Guess people know me around here. And I will very soon be graduating from the full-time MBA program here at the top 10 ranked Michigan Ross School of Business. I thought I'd slide that in there. On behalf of the graduating class of 2018, I am honored to welcome you all here this afternoon to the Michigan Ross Commencement Ceremony. We have a few housekeeping notes for you. The platform party processional will begin in a couple of minutes, so we ask that everyone please take their seat. During the platform party processional, student recognition, and platform recessional, we ask that all graduates please stay in your seats as we will be using all the aisles. To our guests, unfortunately, you cannot come down to the arena floor at any time. Sorry, Mama. Following the ceremony, we ask that you leave as quickly as possible because there's another ceremony happening here later this evening. Graduates, please exit through the tunnel entrance and meet your party outside. To every graduate walking across this stage today, I say, congratulations. And to each and every guest in attendance with us today who have helped us reach this major milestone in our lives, I say, thank you. Go Blue!
Good afternoon. I am Scott Drew, Dean of the Stephen M. Ross School of Business here at the University of Michigan, and it is my honor to welcome you to the Ross School of Business Class of 2018 Commencement Celebration. Today is a day of celebration and community. We come together to celebrate our students, your sons, your daughters, your grandsons, your granddaughters, your brothers, sisters, your dear family and friends. And we come together to celebrate as a community that I refer to as our Michigan Ross family, a family built on values of love and shared success and a lifetime commitment to each other. But most importantly, today is about you, our students, your past accomplishments, your present, marking your graduation from one of the finest universities in the world and one of the great business schools, and your futures that are filled with hope and optimism. To begin our celebration this afternoon, I would like to invite all of you to please stand and join me in singing our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of the family members and friends of the graduates who have come from around the world to join us today for this wonderful occasion and celebration, and to those of you who could not be here in person but are joining us on the live stream. All of you have made a positive difference in the lives of each and every student who is here today. So before we begin, I would like to invite all of our students to please stand, to face your family and your friends, and give them a big round of applause and thank them for everything they've done to help you get here. Thank you. Friends, family, it brings us much joy to have you with us today. I also want to extend a special welcome to Vice President and Secretary of the University of Michigan, Sally Churchill, Vice Provost and Ross faculty member Amy Dittmar, and Marnie Levine, our keynote speaker today. I'm delighted that each of you could join us and be with us on this special occasion for all of our students. Michigan Ross is among the very best business schools in the world, recognized globally among the most innovative, impactful schools. And it's because of our people. Our school is special because our people are special. All of our faculty, all of our staff, many of whom join us today, who contribute to our students and their experiences here that enable us to get to this point. And today, of course, are celebrating of our students, an extraordinary group of people, men and women who not only have excelled in school, who not only will excel throughout their careers, but who will create a better world, who will change the world through business, and who have been and will be the leaders who make a positive difference in the world. Words cannot express how proud we are of all of you, our graduating students. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to invest in you. Today we have 1,506 students who will be graduating from the Michigan Ross School of Business. We have 16 PhD graduates, many of whom are joining us on stage today. We have 681 MBA students across 5 different programs. We have 86 executive MBA students who had their celebration and ceremony yesterday. We have 62 evening MBA students who amazingly have juggled the demands of work, family, and school to be with us today. Where are my evening MBA students? Can I get a cheer from my evening MBA students? We have 93 weekend MBA students. Who, while working full-time, take a full course load and amazingly graduate in 2 years. Amazing. We have 35 global MBA students hailing from China, India, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Thailand. They have studied in China, Japan, Korea, and of course the United States. Where are my global MBA students? Can I get a cheer from them? Weekend students, you gave your cheer already, we have 404 full-time MBA students representing 33 countries. In addition to their intense coursework, they've hosted 701 club events, participated in nearly 3,000 on-campus interviews, and it's because of their extraordinary talents. Sorry to remind you all of that. It is because of their extraordinary talents that our full-time MBA program this year achieved its highest rank in 19 years. But most importantly, like all of our students, they've invested in our community such that we are a better place today because all of you have been here. So thank you very, very much. We have 97 Master of Accounting students with us today who not only mastered the principles of accounting, but they've contributed to our community. For example, they volunteered with Detroit's Cornerstone Schools, helping middle school and high school students with career and college preparedness. I'm grateful. We have 83 Masters of Management students. In this one-year intensive master's program designed for students with little to no prior work experience, we have students from 25 different undergraduate majors, from 21 different undergraduate institutions, and it is one of the most diverse business programs in the country. We're really proud. We have 43 Masters of Supply Chain Management students. Yeah! One of them is on stage with me right now. What's really neat is because of a change in the start date of this program, this is the first year in the history of the program that they're joining us for our spring commencement. For example, in their work recently, they partnered with Fortune 100 companies on supply chain management projects and made a significant positive contribution to all of these companies. So not only are they learning about supply chain, but before they even graduate, they're having a really important, significant impact in the world. We're really proud of all of you. And last but certainly not least, 585 Bachelor of Business Administration students. Who for the past several years have filled our halls at the Ross School of Business with tremendous energy and passion and an unwavering commitment to excellence. It is their talents and their care for community that amaze and inspire me at the same time. Because of them, because of their talents, our undergraduate program recognized globally as one of the best. thank you for everything that you do for our school and our community. I also want to acknowledge our dual degree students. In addition to graduating from Ross with a BBA or an MBA, these are students who are also graduating with degrees from other schools and colleges at the University of Michigan, including the Taubman College of Architecture and Urban Planning, the Stamp School of Art and Design, our School of Education, the College of Engineering, our School for Environment and Sustainability, formerly known as the School for Natural Resources and Environment, our School of Information, our School of Kinesiology, the College of Literature, Sciences, and the Arts, our medical school, our School of Music, Theater, and Dance, the Gerald R. Ford School of Policy, Public Policy, our law school, our School of Public Health, and last but certainly not least, our School for Social Work. May I ask all of you who are graduating with dual degrees to please stand and be recognized. Congratulations. Lastly, I want to recognize a group that embodies the University of Michigan and the Ross School of Business's commitment to excellence. Earlier today, our own Associate Dean Brad Kalele and Professor Peter Link presided over the induction ceremony for Beta Gamma Sigma, which is the International Honor Society for business students. Beta Gamma Sigma honors are awarded to the top 10% of graduating BBA students and the top 20% of graduating master's students. Will those Beta Gamma Sigma honorees who are with us today please stand, and let's give them a big round of applause and recognition as well. Congratulations to all of you. And to all of our students, we are deeply, immensely proud of each and every one of you. I want you to know that you will be greatly missed, but you leave us to do important work. Our world needs your leadership, your ideas, your innovation, your commitment to excellence more than ever before. Our world needs people who know how to bridge divides and work across boundaries. Our world needs people who are team players, who know how to mobilize and get the best out of other people. And finally, our world needs leaders who are committed to the Ross School mission, to create a better world, to change our world through business, to lead us forward, and leaders who are going to make a positive difference. You are our future, and we are confident that you will go on and make us proud as you work to the highest ideals, the highest standard of excellence. You conduct yourselves with integrity and with the compassion and care for others that you've displayed in your time here at the University of Michigan. And even though you graduate today, you will always be in our hearts. You will always be part of the Michigan Ross family, a family that will always be here for you, ready to support you when you need us, and ready to celebrate you when you make us proud. Next in our program, you will hear from two graduating students chosen by their peers to speak today at graduation. We will first hear from Mara McLean, followed by Scott Skinner. So please join me, Skinner. Not Sinner, Skinner. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Mara McLean.
Thank you, Dean Drew. After 3 years in the Stephen M. Ross School of Business, we have read so many case studies and business books, all filled with the secrets to success. Oftentimes, these lessons come in the form of inspirational quotes or catchphrases, small tidbits about the winning strategy. Similarly, in our group project presentations, we pride ourselves on the ability to be concise and persuasive, the very best business communicators. So, when I asked myself, who or what is a graduate of the Ross School of Business? I expected to easily come up with a simple sentence that encompasses all that we are. I was at a loss. Class of 2018. I am happy to say that we are more than an inspirational business quote. In fact, as we move on to our future careers, we must be more than an inspirational business quote. Yes, we are investment bankers, corporate consultants, marketing managers, accountants, and entrepreneurs. We are trained business professionals with the Excel skills and the overconfidence that come along with that. But we're also club presidents, student athletes, community servants, yoga teachers, and social media mavens. Class of 2018, it is our differences, our diversity, and our directions that define us. And these, I am proud to say, are too many and too great to ever include in a single catchphrase. So, I ask you to think, what will be our differentiating factor? Will all companies know who the Ross graduates are? Will we exude a certain Midwestern charm after 4 years spent here in Michigan? Will we practice positive business leadership? Will we strive for excellence, just as we have these past 4 years, even without a grading curve? I recognize that we adapt, we grow, we pivot, but I hope that we never lose that Wolverine spirit. I hope that we lead with positivity and with grace. And I hope that we will forever seek to improve, to better, to strengthen our teams, our companies, and our world. We can prove every day just why we are the leaders and the best. So thank you to the administration and deans for making the Ross School of Business a space of excellence. We won't ever forget our very own Starbucks or the endless hours spent in the Winter Garden. Thank you to our professors and lecturers for coming to class every single day, prepared to challenge and encourage. And lastly, thank you to my peers and friends for inspiring me and all of us here in Chrysler Center today to type faster, stand straighter, think deeper, and speak louder. Thank you, and congratulations to the Ross School of Business Class of 2018.
Thanks, guys. I am extremely honored and humbled to be speaking here today. I'd like to start by saying thank you to the friends and family who put up with us these last 2 years, to the Ross faculty and administration who taught us so much, and to everyone in the admissions office, program office, and career office that do all those little things with such little fanfare. We arrived here at Ross from countries all over the world with a diverse set of backgrounds, experiences, and beliefs. We made it through Impact Challenge, also known as 4 food trucks and an app, as well as core classes, recruiting, and MAP together. We got to know each other deeply through late nights at Skeeps that turned into later nights at Alley Bar, as well as through pregame and definitely postgame bus. We learned that for some reason, it seems like the accounting department is the most fun department at Ross. And we tried to convince our friends back home that despite the fact that our Instagrams are filled with photos from NBA games, M-Trek, Follies, Risky Business, and Boyne, we are actually in school and we sometimes even go to class. In all seriousness, I'm speaking to you today a much better version of the person who arrived here in the fall of 2016. But a version who is still ready to fight for the same values and principles that got me to Ross in the first place. When we're in business school, all learning the same things, living in this bubble that is Ann Arbor, it can be very difficult to retain a sense of self, to remember why we came here, and to find the balance between improving ourselves while not losing ourselves. But whenever I got lost in MBA land, which is a very real, scary place, all I had to do was look around to find my way back. And when I looked around, I saw scores of international students affected by changes in immigration policy who stood up and demanded action, as well as hundreds of domestic students who stood with them in solidarity. I saw peer coaches in the Winter Garden, club leaders in classrooms who gave hours of their time every week to try and improve the experiences and the outcomes of their fellow classmates. And of course, I saw my Ross family coming to each other's aid whenever we were struggling or needed some help. I hope you take that spirit of generosity with you wherever you go after today, because the Michigan difference that we spend so much time talking about is more than the courses that we take. It's more than the challenges and the case competitions. And it's more than the career trajectories promised to us. The real Michigan difference is you. Every day, you all help me remember who I am and why I came to Ross. But the struggle to live out our values will not end now that we are leaving Ann Arbor. Many of us are going to work for large, complex organizations where we will be far removed from millions of people who will be affected by the decisions that we make, and where we will constantly be surrounded by people a lot like ourselves. It will be easy to get lost in the busy, to be distracted by the day-to-day, and to shield ourselves from thinking critically about how our decisions will affect the world around us. We will need each other's help to remind ourselves why we chose the paths that we did, to retain our values, and to push ourselves to achieve more and to be better. So if a time comes someday when you find yourself unfulfilled or uninspired by your career, I hope you remember a classmate here at Ross who pushed you to be the best version of yourself. If a time comes someday when you find yourself afraid to take a risk that you know is the right path for you, I hope you remember your time here at Ross, because the people who had your back then, the people sitting with you right now, they will still care about you and will still stand with you as you take those risks in the future. And if a time comes someday when you are doubting yourself, I hope that you remember that by any possible metric, all of us have already made it 10 times over, and that you have a lot of people in this arena who will remind you how terrific and impressive and inspiring you are. If, in fact, the people graduating with me here today are the future business leaders of the world, then I have never been more optimistic about the future state of our world. For all of that, I want to say sincerely, thank you. I never thought that I would be in a position like this. Up until this point right now, the most esteemed list that I have ever been a part of was the Ross wait list. And while the admissions office eventually gave me access to this world, it was all of you who helped me to live in it and to thrive in it. My one piece of advice for you, as we continue on into the next chapter of our lives, is to surround yourselves with people who elevate you, the way that all of you have elevated me. Thank you very much.
I want to thank both Mara and Scott for their inspiring remarks. Next, we will recognize several award recipients, beginning with the recipients of the 2018 Teaching Excellence Awards, who are on the platform with us this afternoon. These awards are voted on by the students. We are thankful for the support of these awards provided by an endowment from Bob Neary, a BBA graduate, and his wife, Janet. After I announce all of the recipients, they will stand, and then once they're all standing, we will recognize them. First, James DeSampler, the MAC Teaching Award. James, please stand. Fred Feinberg. Fred Feinberg, the PhD Teaching Award. Brad Kaleli, the Master of Management Teaching Award. Roby Lahavi, the Executive MBA Teaching Award. Lori Morgan, the Weekend MBA Teaching Award. Vinky Nagar, the Evening MBA Teaching Award. And last but certainly not least, Lori Regala, the BBA Teaching Award. For all of our award recipients today, let's please all give them a big round of applause. Next, I would like to acknowledge the recipients of the 2018 Student Awards who are with us this afternoon as well. All of these Student Award winners were chosen by their peers. First, the Frank S. Moran Distinguished Leadership Awardees, Ariana Amos and Grace Nasser. The Global Citizenship Award winners, Brianna Feng and Ali Raymond. And last but certainly not least, the recipients of the Michigan Ross Outstanding Leadership Awards, Andrew Hatfield, Cassandra Hoffman, Kosuke Kikuche, Jim Liu, and Drew Van Dries. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you. We begin our program this afternoon of conferring degrees with the recognition of our doctoral graduates and candidates. Not only are these PhD candidates graduating today, but we are welcoming them into the Academy, a global community of business school faculty. They have invested many years to arrive at today, and they will be the thought leaders who shape the most important conversations in business for generations to come. To recognize these PhD graduates and candidates, I would like to invite Francine LaFontaine, our Senior Associate Dean for Faculty and Research, to the podium to introduce them. And Associate Deans Norm Bashara, Jerry Davis, Brad Kaleli, M.S. Krishnan, and Bill Lovejoy to please join me in greeting the graduates.
Thank you, Dean DeRue. I am extremely pleased to have the opportunity to recognize these students who have indeed been in our halls and pushing the faculty further along in the research domain here today. Thank you. Ishin Iris Wong, Technology and Operations. Yenche Murray Lee, Technology and Operations, PhD. Yevgeny Kagan, Technology and Operations, PhD. Cassidy Horan Troyer, Field of Specialization, Strategy. Tong Kuo, Field of Specialization, Marketing. Xu Zhang, Field of Specialization, Business Economics and Marketing. Gustav D, Field of Specialization, Finance. Congrats. Paula Shu, Field of Specialization, Finance. Cassandra Chambers, Field of Specialization, Management and Organizations. And last but not least, Chen Zhang, Field of Specialization, Management and Organizations.
It is a remarkable achievement for all of our PhD graduates today. Let's give them another round of applause. It is now my honor, my pleasure, to introduce this afternoon's commencement speaker. When I'm considering who to invite to be our commencement speaker, I look for people who role model the leadership that we aspire to. People who have not only had successful individual careers, but who have had a unique impact on those they serve. The details of Marnie's career are in your program, so in introducing Marnie, I would simply like to highlight a few of the reasons that I invited her to be with us this afternoon. Marnie's career to date has spanned many different organizations and environments. Whether it was in government or business, the one constant is that Marnie has had a transformative and positive impact on how you and I, we live, how we work, how we interact with each other. Today, Marnie has global operations responsibility for Instagram, a social media platform that I expect many, if not all of our students are on right now. She is one of the foremost thought leaders in the future of digital and social media. And on this milestone day for all of you, our students, Marnie's words of wisdom and her personal experiences will hopefully be both inspirational and meaningful to each and every one of you. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming a true leader who has made and continues to make a positive difference in the world through her leadership, Marnie Levine.
Thank you for that kind introduction, Dean DeRue. Faculty, administrators, families, and friends, die-hard Wolverines. Those who will build the next billion-dollar company in their parents' garage. Those who will spend a year in their parents' basement not building the next billion-dollar company. And most importantly, to the Ross School of Business great graduating class of 2018, Congratulations. I'm honored that you asked me to be your commencement speaker. And I'm humbled knowing that right now, many of you are probably sitting there right now thinking, was Coach Harbaugh too busy today? This is an intimidating assignment. You're graduating from one of the country's best business schools, which puts you ahead of half of Silicon Valley's biggest CEOs since you actually have a degree. You excelled to get here, you excelled to graduate from here, and you are going to keep excelling. Today is a day of celebration, but it's also one of reflection. So when I sat down to write this speech today, I wondered, what have I learned that I could share with you? What have I learned that you haven't already learned at the Ross School? And it hit me. There's a famous story about the ancient scholar Hillel. He lived around 110 BC, back before Instagram even existed. I think he mostly used MySpace. Hillel was in his 90s and very frail, and a smart aleck student of his came up to him and said, "Teacher, I challenge you to recite the Torah while standing on one foot." Hillel smiled. He said, "No problem," stood on one foot, and spoke 17 words. The essence of the Torah is love thy neighbor as you love yourself. The rest is commentary. So that's where I start. I'm not quite as old as Hillel, although some days I feel like it working at a company founded by millennials. FYI, when I was in middle school, my now boss was in diapers. Weird. I've worked in the Treasury Department at a university, slogged through business school, worked at a startup at the dawn of the Great Recession, worked in the White House to help end said recession, spent 4 years at Facebook, and the last 3 as COO of Instagram, where we grew our community from around 100 million to one that is now nearly 1 billion today. I'm happily married with 2 amazing boys who teach me and my husband more than we could ever teach them. And through all of these adventures in government, business, and life, every lesson I have learned can be summed up in 2 words. You really could recite standing on one foot, maybe even tonight after you celebrate too much tonight at Good Time Charlie's or Skeeps. 2 simple words: be kind. The rest is commentary. Now, there is an important reason to talk about this topic today, because you are entering the world at a time where cruelty seems to be on the rise. Headlines in the news these days are filled with talk of dictators and dividers, bots and bullies, name-calling and nastiness, which make for some pretty challenging conversations between me and my 2 boys at the dinner table. But I believe you can change that in your workplaces and in the world. The good news is, research shows that companies and careers that are built on kindness are more successful by every definition. And kindness isn't just the right thing to do, it's a competitive advantage. Now, you may think I'm crazy. After all, we watch Shark Tank, not Kitten Tank. But I'm not talking about kittens and rainbows and touchy-feely kindness. So let me be clear about what kindness is and what kindness isn't. First, real kindness is saying something hard when it needs to be said in a nice way. It isn't about swallowing hard truths instead of speaking them. Adam Grant, a Wharton professor who also happens to be a Michigan grad, has studied different kinds of employees and focused on 4 qualities: givers, takers, those who are agreeable or disagreeable. Okay, it's not hard to figure out that you don't want to be a taker. You want to be a giver. But you might assume that you always want to be agreeable. Sounds nice, right? Well, not always. Agreeable givers contribute a lot, but too often prioritize politeness over progress, so they might avoid talking tough truths. It turns out that the most undervalued but important contributors to the success of any organization are disagreeable givers, employees willing to say the hard things that must be heard. Kindness is also gender neutral. Outdated masculine definitions of leadership still linger: confident, tough, and aggressive. Traits traditionally viewed as feminine, kindness, inclusivity, sensitivity, aren't defined as leadership. But employees don't admire leadership that just commands and controls. They look up to leadership that nurtures. Last week, when the news was filled with the story of the Southwest Airlines pilot who calmly, confidently, and safely landed a plane filled with 149 terrified passengers after engine failure, the stories rightly celebrated her skill, but they also foolishly dwelled on her gender. It wasn't male when she stayed calm. It wasn't female when she comforted the crew and passengers. We've got to stop saying that ambitious, decisive female leaders behave like men and empathetic, nurturing male leaders behave like women. Yeah. Kindness isn't male or female. She was a great pilot, period, and we need to value good leadership, full stop. Let me be clear. The kindness I am talking about most definitely isn't at odds with ambition. It isn't about downsizing your dreams or snuffing out your competitive fires. In fact, one Ross student shared with me how some of your classmates come out of corporate recruiting interviews and slip helpful tips to the next candidate going in. You understand that life isn't a zero-sum game. The more your classmates succeed, the more you do too. So you see, the kindness I believe in has teeth. It's bold and driven. It speaks truth to power. It takes big risks on people and ideas. It's brutally honest and aggressively nice. It applies equally to all, regardless of identity, and it's a vital quality in any effective leader. But how do you put kindness at the center of your career? Well, on the last day of Ross, I thought it was only fitting to give you one more framework to think about and take with you. I coined this one myself: the 3 C's of kindness in the workplace, not to be confused with the 5 C's of marketing that you know and love so well. The 3 C's of kindness: kindness in the culture, kindness in your conduct, kindness when you're in charge. Let's start with kindness as culture. Don't just ask yourself where you want to work. Ask yourself, what kind of culture is important to you? Wherever you go, ensure it's a place that values kindness. Kindness should be pervasive from the leadership all the way down to the interns. My first private sector job was an awakening. I was working at a tech startup trying to revolutionize person-to-person money transfers. I was obsessed with this scintillating topic. I'd bring my work home with me, so much so that my husband had to beg me to shut up about it. Now, I was no stranger to pressure or long hours. I'd worked in the government where any mistake you'd made could be plastered all over the front page of the New York Times. But this was a different kind of pressure. I was on my own. My manager had no time for me and wasn't exactly gentle in his feedback. The pressure to go to market was crippling, and there was little teamwork or collaboration. I stayed up all night writing and rewriting product roadmap documents alone. I worked in fear. And then, at the end of the year, we had our first performance cycle. And I got the call you dread. Could I please come down to HR for a meeting? It was the longest walk down the shortest hall because I knew I was about to be fired. But then, as I sat stiffly on this hard plastic chair, I heard the head of HR reading me the results of my review. I had gotten one of the top ratings, and I was honestly shocked to hear that they thought I was doing a good job. And while I was happy with my review, the more I thought about it, success isn't supposed to feel like failure. The daily pit in my stomach wasn't a reward for a job well done. I decided then and there that I never wanted to work in a place like that again. So I learned a big lesson. Culture counts. An organization should care not just about what you've accomplished, but how you've accomplished it. They should value the combination of impact and kindness. I look back on that time and I am reminded of exactly why the era of the brilliant jerk is ending. Netflix CEO Reed Hastings said in his famous company culture document, "Don't tolerate brilliant jerks. The cost to effective teamwork is too high." Companies that use kindness, not fear, as the building block of their culture don't just bring out the best in you, they help you and your colleagues bring out the best in each other. Which brings me to the second C, kindness in your conduct. It's not just about picking a workplace with a culture you already admire. It's about adding to that culture from day one. And you can do that by being kind to everyone, not just the people in the C-suite. I learned this early and unexpectedly. I was 21 years old and I moved to Washington, D.C. And there was a job open at the U.S. Department of Treasury. This was pre-internet, so I actually had to look up in a heavy library textbook what the Treasury Department did. And by the way, a textbook is sort of like Wikipedia for the elderly. I was called in to interview, and I sat for a while in the small anteroom waiting, just me and the executive assistant, Annabella Mejia, who I'm sure had seen countless other nervous job applicants like me sitting in that same exact chair. I filled in the time with some friendly chatter. I asked her where she was from, how long she had worked there, and whether she liked it. And then finally, this big brown door opened up and this tall, imposing figure walked out and escorted me into his office. After the interview wrapped, Annabella walked me out. I thanked her. She wished me luck. And guess what? I got the job. On my first day, Annabella walked up to me and she said, "I'm glad you got the job. I told my boss I liked you the best." I was struck. I was struck because that she had influenced his decision, and that maybe, just maybe, making a personal connection and treating Annabella with respect had helped me get the job. I'd meet plenty of people in Washington for whom anyone but their bosses or their peers were invisible. How many people like me had sat in that same exact chair, not realizing that a very important person was sitting right beside them? You see, Annabella was an institution within an institution. The Treasury Secretary used to ask Annabella what she thought about candidates for jobs. What mattered to him, and what matters to me today when I am hiring people, is how a candidate acts out of plain view of the hiring manager. How you act towards the people you don't think you have to impress is a window into how they'll be on the job. Choosing between candidates of impeccable credentials, you'd be surprised how often the decision comes down to whether the person is kind. I reject candidates with great resumes who leave a bad taste with their future coworkers because in the long run, they're only going to bring the team down. Businesses and organizations are flatter than they used to be, meaning collaboration is no longer optional. So remember, every relationship counts. Be kind for the sake of being kind and expect nothing in return. But don't be surprised when life has a funny way of rewarding it. Every time I hire someone good, I thank Annabella Mejia, and now you can too. And that brings me to the third C, kindness when you're in charge. It's the answer to the quintessential question every leader must ask: how do I bring out the best in others? My mentor, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, didn't suffer fools. But anytime he heard someone was in trouble, a bad break, a bad breakup, a bad career turn, no matter what else was happening, Larry dropped what he was doing, picked up the phone, and reached out. He was often the first, and maybe sometimes the only one, who called and spoke the 5 words you were dying to hear. It's going to be okay. In business and in life, you will face ups and downs and highs and lows. You'll appreciate the people who share in the good times, you will, but you'll walk through fire for the people who were there for you when it was tough, and believe me, it's a much shorter list. Be one of the people on that list for your friends, for your colleagues, and for your family. Kindness works, but kindness is work. It's active, not passive. It's a muscle that can atrophy, and you have to keep your eyes open constantly for opportunities to be kind. When you are in charge, you set the tone, and small everyday actions can add up to big impact. For example, kindness is saying thank you, privately and publicly, and with meaning. Kindness is being on time for a meeting because you value everyone else's time. Don't be the reason someone doesn't get to tuck their kids in at night, or the reason someone misses their Tinder date. Kindness is being self-aware. Words matter. When you send around edits to a document and announce you rewrote it, what everyone else hears is that their work didn't count. Maybe instead say you edited or revised. Kindness is saying little things that demonstrate that you see your coworkers as co-people. It's easier because of social media and the way it connects us, but it's up to you to verbalize it. Got engaged? We'll toast you. Going through a breakup? We'll bring the tissues and the ice cream. Jumped on stage at a rock concert? I will definitely ask you about that on Monday. It's 30 seconds to say something, anything, to break down the walls between everyday work and everyday life. Kindness is making eye contact as you rush down the halls, and kindness is knowing the names of the parking garage attendants, not just the people in the C-suite. If you practice this type of kindness in a way that is authentic to you, you won't just succeed as an individual. You'll re-energize your team. You'll reap the virtuous cycle of success that happens in a culture that brings out the best in you and brings out the best in others. You'll create something remarkable when you are invested together, and that is the real bottom line. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, I just spent a fortune on my education, and this lady is telling me that the most important lesson is something I learned in kindergarten? Well, the truth is, we unlearn those lessons. Lessons like say thank you, take turns, don't hurt other people's feelings. Instead, we learn to be self-absorbed. We learn to make fun of those who are different. And we learn to cut off other people's heads to make ourselves feel taller. We all remember that kid who was made fun of on the playground, and some would go to great lengths to avoid being that kid. By some, I actually mean me. When I was 4 years old, I suffered a significant hearing loss. I should have gotten help, but I'd seen what those big clunky hearing aids look like, and I was terrified of being teased. So I learned to cope without them, to avoid someone saying something cruel. I mastered reading lips and always found the best seat in the front row of classrooms, slumber parties, and meetings so I could follow the conversation. Many years later, just a few years ago actually, I was introduced to these sleek, modern, high-tech, tiny, unobtrusive hearing aids. And it was as if someone had turned on the light switch in the darkness. I realized I had been walking around a company run by millennials, founded by millennials, sounding like a grandma, shouting, "What? Can you please repeat that? What? What?" all the time. And when I told one of my colleagues what I'd done, he was overjoyed for me and said with great affection, "Good, because you can't hear a freaking thing." But it made me think. I was confident enough to work in the White House, to run a big company, and I was afraid for anyone to know that I couldn't hear. Why? It isn't that complicated. I was afraid of people being unkind. And that's why, when I joined Instagram, something really clicked for me. I personally connected with their mission because I saw what happens when people use our platform for kindness. We really believe that social media will create a kinder world where no one feels alone. Here's just one example. I came across this young woman, Aubrey Johansson, who lives in my hometown, Cleveland, and I was so moved by what she was doing. She came to Instagram because she felt it was a safe space where she could talk about her struggles with food, weight loss, and body positivity. She became a role model for a community of 132,000 followers. One of her followers wrote, "You encourage me to keep going even if I think I can't." But we're not naive. We know that there are just as many Aubreys afraid to share their story because someone might attack them from the shadows, just like how I was afraid someone would pick on me for my hearing loss. Individuals and groups find ways to abuse our platform, so post by post, comment by comment, we're working to create a home online where kindness is the rule and not the exception. We know we have to work at it constantly because when people are exposed to negativity on our platform, they leave. And we have a long way to go, but we are working to build a positive and supportive community every day. And every day as I do, I remember my younger self who should have worn hearing aids but was afraid that someone would say something mean. And that's a powerful connection to get me out of bed every morning. And it all comes back to the 3 C's of kindness: the culture that works for you, the way you conduct yourself with your colleagues, and the special responsibility that comes when you're in charge. And when all 3 C's are working together, there's actually a 4th C that emerges in a magical, catalytic kind of way. Kindness is contagious. I didn't invent kindness. I caught it like a virus from some of the amazing people who have taught me along the way. People like Larry Summers. People like Instagram's co-founders, Kevin Systrom and Mike Krieger. People like Annabella Mejia. And in your generation, there are so many more ways to catch kindness and share kindness with each other. You know that the internet isn't a series of wires, but a series of connections, connections between people. People have access to you. Eyes are on you, which is why it's all the more essential that you answer the call of kindness. Show the world that kind people finish first. Show the world how to lift people up and not tear them down. And one day, when you're scrambling and stumbling, reap the kindness that you have sown. It will help you get up when you're knocked down and help everyone around you do the most important work of all, building companies and organizations you're proud to work for because they build the kind of world we're all proud to live in. 20 years from now, you won't remember who your commencement speaker was, but I hope you remember that she said this: #be kind. The rest is commentary. Class of 2018, kindness works. Now go work at it and go blue.
Marnie, I want to thank you very, very much for those inspiring words. It's a reminder for me just how both the small gestures and the large gestures that we engage in life can have a really meaningful impact on people, and a reminder for all of us to conduct ourselves with kindness. So thank you very, very much. We're honored that you could be with us and share your words of wisdom. We now move on to conferring of our undergraduate and graduate degrees. I invite Vice President and Secretary to the University of Michigan, Sally Churchill, to join me at the podium. Vice President Churchill, I have the honor on behalf of the Stephen M. Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan to present the candidates for Master of Business Administration, Master of Accounting, Master of Management, Master of Supply Chain Management, and Bachelor of Business Administration to you, and recommend them for the degrees named.
On behalf of the Board of Regents of the University of Michigan, and as an aside, as a very proud mother of a member of the class of 2018, I'm pleased to recognize the candidates. Yeah. Shout out to Emmett, who's now going to kill me. These degrees will be conferred upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Stephen M. Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan.
Thank you, Sally. And to all of our students, the class of 2018, congratulations on your graduation. Ushers, please assist the candidates to the platform so that we can individually recognize each and every student who is graduating today. Marnie, Sally, I would like to invite you to please join me in greeting the students as they cross the platform and become graduates. I also invite our associate deans and faculty directors to please join us when your graduates are crossing the platform as well. I invite our student speakers, as well as our award winners, to lead the candidates across the platform. From the bottom of my heart, congratulations to all of you. Go Blue.
Drew Van Dries.
Jim Liu.
Grace Nasser.
Brianna Fang.
Ali Raymond.
Cassandra Hoffman.
Andrew Walter Hatfield.
Kasuke Kikuchi.
Mara McLean.
Scott Skinner.
Evening MBA. Manu Murthy.
David Ulrich.
Matthew Smith.
Nick Ellis.
Scott Matthews.
Mark Subramanian.
Craig Bushman.
Scott Munikawa.
Tyler Perino.
Jitesh Bogle.
Jim Liu.
Deepak Naranyan.
Sanitha Lala.
Annie Liang.
April Shin.
Isharaya Varma.
Michael Pavlovich.
John Cole.
Yvette Holly.
Boris Holoko.
Michael Nickharmer.
Z Huang.
Joseph Dennis.
Carlos Gonzalez.
Yi Wan.
Stephen Kligman.
Vitaly Stelia.
Joy Xing.
Stephanie Kozlovich.
Robert McAndrew.
Nikhil Hudokar.
James Saris.
Lindsay Mahakian.
Matthew Martin Wildy.
Stephen Smith.
Catherine Chung.
Anil Nair.
Sanjeev Kapoor.
Sarah Kurtz McKinnon.
Kyra Brunson.
Weekend MBA. John Schmatzer.
Luke Donahue.
Maria Friendberg Beamer.
Anna Bonfiglio Flat.
Emily Beauchamp.
Rhonda Duan.
Rebecca Ganzak.
Katie Acton.
Angela Vutsos Arnfelt.
Ralston Boger.
Kristen Bagley.
Micah Matusik.
Emily Ann Clark.
Evan Garber.
Brian Barnhill.
Martin Woomer.
Ryan Burr.
Munsu Pak.
Andy Hudson.
Sanjeev Rai.
Mithilesh Mayreddy.
Dipankar Sahu.
Jonathan Wycliffe.
Angela Huang.
Alexis Stanzik.
Andre Duma.
Harsh Chubi.
Vitali Ivanov.
Nathan Mazer.
Shikhar Bula.
Ahmad Harris.
Sarav Sahor.
Max Ammerman.
Brad Rollins.
Arjun Murthy.
Jack Ayatt.
Zeev Wiseman.
Greg Allaire.
Mike Rourke.
Ryan Stansley.
Paul Miyamoto.
Ashraf Darwish.
Eric Shea.
Omar Itani.
Michael Ives.
David Hine.
Daniel Teixeira.
Rohan Wanchu.
Nicholas Lamb.
Chadwick Loosely.
Alexander Franz.
Lindsay Heemstra.
Mingda Lei.
Justin Kampheis.
Christopher Hart.
Syed Mazahir.
Brent Drever. Rishi Gautam.
Arya Busan.
Eric Black.
Matthew Norris.
Tony Ballesteros.
Eric Miller.
Paul Jukestock.
Brandon Buse.
John Barrett.
Michael J. Davidson.
Aaron Avila.
Melina Bast.
Chad Carl.
Sean Miller.
Jenna Stahl.
Natasha Shira.
Abraham Marcosi.
Dan Dwyer.
Justin Fink.
Nick Ferrand.
Robbie Lewis.
Daniel Sherry.
Ajay Radhakrishnan. Trent McNatt.
Chelsea McKinney. Thank you.
Global MBA. Manit Bandari.
Jay Sahabi.
Pasanan Jarukon Sakun.
Chen Jinshi.
Nawi Lim Sakun.
Natabu Nadapana.
Warisa Anantarampon.
Toshia Kamazawa.
Hirohisa Arakawa.
Yuichi Fujikawa.
Natha Patana Sakpinyo.
Panari Tayanset.
Kawita Tangkeo.
Jay Ho-ha.
Noriyuki Suzuki.
Shotaro Ichioka.
Moriyasu Yamada.
Nobukazu Takahashi.
Yurika Ishikawa.
Shaba Zhou.
Victoria Hu.
Masaizo Abayashi.
Tomohiro Suzuki.
Hyang John.
Jaewon An.
Hyunggun Ju.
Jongson Kim.
Kasim Prusanananda.
Takao Nakamura.
Sang-hon Kim.
Pokai Won. Melody Lee.
Pajari Prasisa.
Full-time MBA, Section 1. Eric Nicholas Perrin.
Tim Yuan.
Elif Ozbai.
Didipya Pala.
Bishaka Chakraborty.
Teresa Duan.
Rushan Tian.
Akshay Ram.
Sumanth Parush Walkam Shiva Prakash.
Avinash Akela.
Prashant Mengrahani.
Minji Kim.
Nicole Vargas.
Luke Sawitsky.
Melissa Morton.
Wiles Case.
Aaron Cook. James Nemiroff.
Aditya Garudadri.
Gabby Hosokawa.
Jamie Leek.
Neil Desai.
Daniel Yan.
Carolina Yamamura.
Ashley Fernandez.
Kimberly L. Moore.
Jessica Jennings.
Ravi Patel.
Ruben Stokes.
Scott Collins.
Tim Chick.
Fernando Rodriguez.
Neil Bashinsky.
Michael Fasson.
Bunsuke Itamura.
Joshua Smith.
Andrew De Silva.
Amy Goldsmith.
Conley Chan.
Whitney Harkness.
Alejandro Pinto.
William Chen.
Thais Hernandez.
Alexandra Gomez.
Christine Waldner.
Molly Pizzolo.
Gustavo Calzavara.
David Lage.
Ermi Roy.
David Hu.
Josh Smith.
Ryan Colomeo.
Jonathan Chi.
S. Sahar Omrani.
Sean Logan.
Chris Atkins.
Julian Brown.
Jake Temerson.
David Timmis.
Chuck Robitaille.
Victor Poon.
Kritika Rastogi.
Amy Riggs.
Maz Khalid.
Wan Su Lee.
Madeline Beth Bourgeois.
Lauren Garvey.
Madeline Matthews.
Anita Lynn. Rachel DeLeon.
Kristen Stiegel.
That was so intense.
There were people who didn't have time.
Give it to him.
Full-time MBA, Section 2. Megan Nock-Dolan.
Christine Rickard.
Jenny Huang.
Kay Bradford.
Kaushik Moro.
Ming Tian Yu.
Victor Kasana.
Edgar Hara Contreras.
Athena Stevenson.
Jennifer Chang.
Taylor Johnson.
Andrew Cedar.
Thomas Reedy.
Kirsten Damon.
Jess Chain.
Julie Smith.
Banafshe Bagari.
Takoa Geeter.
Youngbo Zhu.
Peter Rasmussen.
Gilad Ben Yehuda.
Parker Caldwell.
Francesco Esposito.
Malcolm Albin.
Jeffrey Murray.
Christian Mussman.
Angela Vasquez.
Jason Denola.
Renata Abib.
Cody Dufresne Pitaway.
Robert Belsky.
Roshan Rome LaForce.
John McGrail.
Alexander Kim.
Spencer McGriff.
Hiroki Kobayashi.
Neil Patil.
Emily Pearson.
Shannon Watt.
Ashley Lineweber.
Julie Corwin.
Sarah Costas.
Salil Subakrishna.
Andrew Bromberg.
Brad Rose.
Philip Nana Kawamamna Bafu Asamoah.
Philip Matusik.
Yulia Basco.
Olga Balashova.
Laura Quaddy.
Matilda Narulita.
Everson Sosa.
Kelly Ip.
Michael Evertsberg.
Matthew Bandick.
Matthew Law.
Matthew Kaplan.
Mark Cullen.
Jason Doran.
Eric Huang.
Shali Prasad.
Abirup Das.
Rakshit Gupta.
Vagisha Goyel.
Arthur Lilimbam Valadares.
Sean Krager.
Aaron Wolf.
Aaron Schmidt.
Christina Carlson.
Lucas Gong.
Hung Fei.
Andy Lin.
Cheng Hoon Kung.
Luis Quinones.
Robert Novak.
Garima Yadav.
Brian Kellenson.
Joshua Yossi.
Matthew Weiss.
Andrew Hauser.
I need your card. Okay. Thank you.
Full-time MBA, Section 3.
Yunchao Xie.
Alexander Ho.
Huanwen Liu.
Edward Norwood Jr.
Maya Shiroti.
Christina Lee.
Maggie Vasquez.
Steve Mendoza.
Alex Wang.
Stephen Chen.
Eric Chan.
Heywan Kwok.
Priyal Patel.
Letitia Sui.
Brenda Pack.
Shravya Darse.
Christina Obregon.
Rafael Junquero de Barros.
Anna Pryor.
Or David.
Stephen Bammert.
Michaela Monahan.
Ruby Bagadano.
Caitlin Cordell.
Catherine Garabrandt.
Daryl Brown.
Ari Lowell.
Jacob Barnett.
Alexander Pickett.
Ishan Malhotra.
Dhruv Chundras.
Jonathan Chavis.
Belinda Ong.
Stephanie Kassab.
Adam Davidson.
Ainsley Rodriguez.
Karen Yaki.
Deepak Padmanabhan.
Joseph Vithayathil.
Raul Alvarez.
Jason Wijaja.
Kartik Gupta.
Michael McFarland.
Brian Delaney.
Ariz Limzerwala.
Lin Nguyen.
Tunyuan Wangbunchainen.
Danwen Shu.
James Holden.
Nicholas Dane.
Warren Rickards.
Adam Kunkel.
Gonzalo Lesma.
Olanrawaju Williams.
Henry Carr.
Aluatobi Ogundipe.
Aisha Miller.
Kyra Mahoney.
Bobby Carsey.
Benjamin Lawson.
Kevin Jones.
Vered Tall.
Valentina Schwerterios.
Jennifer Weaver.
Matthew Selman.
Akila Subramanian.
Carrie Wallach.
Sarah Schmidt.
Sean Pavlik.
Fabian Fondrias.
Felipe Yanukaitis.
Mary Murauka.
Ignacio Calvo.
Nicholas Hilgeman.
Dylan Kuzmik.
Full-time MBA, Section 4. David Ellis.
Brittany Appel St. Thomas.
Christopher Jackson.
Ashley Freeman.
Winston Liu.
Elizabeth Padilla.
Pablo Mandojano Tuve.
Katie Conrad.
Ricardo Danquat.
Jonathan Lorenzen.
Anjan Stuart Fournier.
Sayana Mavia.
Noah Graneri.
Jonathan Kim.
Britta Volt.
Pauline Park.
Jesse Mark.
Alexis Apostle.
Rachel England.
Sarah Miriam Farr.
Christine Weiss.
Clarissa Rida Fletcher.
Guilherme de Souza.
Catherine Moriarty.
Sarah Bettman.
Molly Ope.
Matan Ben Ishi.
Gal Katz.
Fernando Santa Andre.
Patrick Kala.
Sihi Stephanie Wang.
Ava Kasi Damri.
Ing Le.
Benjamin Pellman.
Mazel Tov. John Bushok.
Jared Ruff.
Adam Fitzmaurice.
Leonardo Cortez.
Jesus Miguel Corral.
Matt Kretman.
Allison Brown Zimmerman.
Will Stockart.
Brian McBee.
Mikhail Koznikov.
Ali Saleh.
Garrett Pell.
Neil Tidwell.
Jeremy Hagan.
David Kunzman.
Nathan Maroney.
Zachary Molnar.
Samantha Osel.
Shaylee Shah.
Nimisha Mohan Srivastava.
Gamze Merjan.
Nan Olivia Ma. Juliana Mogoshanu.
Kazi Pelosius Brown.
Panuwat Kursiriwiwat.
Ryosuke Takazawa.
Michael Hugh.
Pranav Gandhi.
Ramaswamy Annamalai.
James Wood.
Shivi Gupta.
Sergio Diaz.
Caroline Vidal Neto.
Sonia Joseph Griffin.
Stefan Kapelak.
Eric Minch.
Yuwen Evelyn Yu.
Hannah Hohan Cheng.
Fatmata Manjang Sambo.
Sulaiman Karim.
Full-time MBA, Section 5.
Micah Lutkowitz.
Nikita Sule.
John Kaig.
Matt Raskin.
Sarah Beth Falk.
David Baldwin.
Rana Sirfas.
Emily Lombardi.
Juan Ricalde.
Taemin Kim.
Ken Ichimura.
James Jinhyung Kwan.
Nancy McDermott.
Lydia Sorensen.
John Barber.
Carissa DeYoung.
Nikita Jambalingam.
Sabrina Jimenez Patoa.
Anna Novatzik. Shayla Paz.
Ivan Ichikawa.
Francisco de Oru.
Funda Ozgi Shaheen.
Amar Ahmad.
Matthew Hillman.
David Fernandez.
Siddharth Sarma.
Richard Galuzzi.
Adam Zin Zhang.
Jenny Shu.
Carolina Madrid.
Sneha Bhattacharya.
Aruna Shastri.
Maxon Balthazar.
Courtney Renee Tatum.
Du Shia.
Laura Allen. Claudia from Mexico.
Charles Walton.
Florian Esgair.
Gilad Dome.
Jyothi Swaranam.
City Call.
Peter Hudson.
Sam Glidden.
Jordan Kabani.
Chris Beaudry.
Natasha Gutman Safan.
Catherine Kennedy.
Sam Donaldson.
Guy Preem.
Eric Zinzer.
Hanson Zuo.
Anderson Santos.
Alan Zhu.
Andy Kim.
Vikram Vaidyanathan.
Michael Santangelo.
Rohan Bhagwath.
Akshay Walia.
Aditya Singhal.
Gordon Nick Hain.
Cesar Santos.
Kevin Vincent.
Catherine Post.
Abhinav Ananta.
Ryan Gazeri.
Colin Tiral.
Jen Xie.
Dhananjay Guar. Anna Mosley.
Joseph Hansen.
Master of Accounting. Brianna Diassi.
Lindsay Koth.
Abby Moynihan.
Divya Patel.
Kezia Skolton.
Wenshin Xing.
Wei Wei.
Kian Chen.
Yu Meng.
Roderick Perkins.
Abid Zaidi.
Yuchung Liu.
Cameron Doyle.
Nikhil Wadavkar.
Hongyi Zhan.
Yuliang Zheng.
Rusty Wong.
Xiantong Sheng.
Saojiao Miao.
Molly Ann Scott.
Addie Hollenshed.
Mark Klassen.
Nathaniel Ziran.
John Wengler.
Courtney Munley.
Matt Halim.
Juyung Han.
Dayun Park.
Unyoung Choi.
Yutong Feng.
Tianyi Ma.
Wei Si Ting Huang.
Jiacheng Yuan.
Yichen Jin.
Arundhati Hadagali.
Zoe Dowell.
Hallie Taylor.
Joshua Crown.
Janie Finnis.
Elise Hess.
Marie Wolverton.
Emily Foley.
Satonye Coco.
Anthony Worth.
Paul Florzak.
Austin Williams.
Christine Liu.
Tianu Zhang.
Tianu Yang.
Haley 2.
Bowen Zhang.
Gia Miao.
Elaine Lin.
Tyler Graff.
Daniel Kubert.
Nick Ferris.
Patricia Schultes.
Sophia Ginati.
Zara Williams.
Bree Lark.
Tian Morgan.
Yifan Tang.
Qingqing Zhao.
Xiaoting Jin.
Wan Yu Ling.
Wenshin Wang.
Genuan Cao.
Jiahui Hao.
Alexandra Atkins.
Lauren Dodge.
Amanda Berry.
Emma Ficus.
Raul Hernandez Calderon.
Farhat Fatima.
Christopher Bo Goulding.
Dan Savakis.
Ryan Van Degens.
Mark Safranik.
Stephen Berg.
Claudio Jebriel.
Jeremy Glad.
Carl Dixon.
Katie Karadroff.
Haley Howell.
Jennifer Kowalski.
Sunny Zhao.
Justin Penish.
Master of Management. Prakar Sinha.
Keegan Glenn.
Ellen Jean Wallace.
Jacqueline Gable.
Zaria Little.
Alessandra Lualdi.
Charles Yang.
Zilu Wang.
Molly Mae Force.
Allison Vogel.
Hannah Williamson.
Emma Liberty.
Elizabeth Herrick.
Jacob Grogan.
Patrick Lillick.
Emily Siegel.
Annie Meadow.
Stephen Johnston.
Ilana Bruckman.
Angie Rouston.
Tina Yu.
Danielle Williams.
Garrett Moores.
Fahad Essen.
Drew Gustafsson.
Jacob Jastrzemski.
Jamie Bahura.
Sally Thorson.
Shannon Fung.
Aaron Gregorian.
Margaret Metzger.
Alex White.
Anthony Del Monte.
Lauren Rudberg.
Jillian Smith.
James Peak.
Alexander Roos. Victoria Choka.
Catherine Buckby.
Jade Hubbard.
Yi Han.
Jayudu.
Brian Tejasaputra.
Aditya Motibalu.
Samuel Dicker.
Christopher Richard Quashni.
Catherine Elizabeth Knudsen.
Alvi Sakib.
Carly Bennett. Atta girl.
Tess Bradley.
Lisa Stimson.
Christy Peplow.
Jane Radicke.
Kelton Lawler.
Christopher Carney.
Nitika Reddy.
Daniel Fivenson.
Eva Marie Pino.
Chantel Leithhead.
Rohan Songwi.
Jaewoo Choi.
Max Lowe.
Pitipat Mahataradal.
Mandy Law.
Yiming Yuan.
Yao Zhao.
Kevin Shi.
Mohammed Azimini.
Jake Las Vegas Baker. Kyle Kenkel.
Ignacio Estrada Garcia.
Nikki Weiss.
Drew Van Dries.
Jake Las Vegas Baker.
Master of Supply Chain Management. Narinder Singh.
Caesar Patron.
Chetan Kunta.
Danisht Khosla.
Jaya Shankari Srinivasan.
Liu Zanwanli Lu.
Ouyang Shengming.
Guan Hua.
Zhang Jiahua.
Harini Nani
Long
Amaran.
Yuyun.
Diego Vargas.
Zhang Yu.
Anshika Mittal.
Prashanti Balaji.
Gulrukh Kurdistan.
Balaji Venkatraman.
Deepik Anand.
Prashant Cecil.
Ashutosh Agarwal.
Sumit Naran.
Caroline Huang.
Huang Xingyi.
Mengran Zhou.
Mark Ma.
Jivita Potini.
Pankaj Nainani.
Abhinav Vaimuri.
Ram Thakur.
Ayush Bhatia.
Akash Gowri.
Francisco Gross.
Naman Joshi.
Rishikesh Bhagwat.
Ujwal Modi.
Sharat Mondretti.
Ankit Gupta.
Archana Balakrishnan.
Achin Masli. And Sri Subramaniam.
BBA Section 1. Ian Marshall.
Chad Friedberg.
Zachary Peltz.
Jordan Katz.
David Woldenberg.
Vlad Kodik.
Daniela Allen.
Aaron Johnson.
Boyce Taylor.
Jeff Patow.
John Tobis.
David Mintz.
Christina Tai.
Katie Zetzman.
Danny Sheridan.
Thomas Daly.
Forrest Cow.
Matthew
Good.
Rossi.
Corey Wong.
Julia Zung.
Carla Kane.
Elaine Park.
Tommy Donovan.
Tim Worley.
Jay Bannett.
Alyssa Berry.
Alyssa Smiley.
Allie Harris.
Ariana Felder.
Suzanne Weiss.
Alec Chapman.
Mateus Farrow.
Kishiro Iwasaki.
Shreya Srinivasan.
Katie Rowe.
Nicholas Panagakis.
Courtney Parr.
Robert Janeway.
Kunj Modi.
Emmett Kulka.
Ross Wright.
Theodore Caruso.
Jacob Lightman.
Aaron Simon.
Alexis West.
Danny Myron.
Rosie Chu.
Tala Taleb.
Danielle Vanzura.
Assad Fateh.
Brianna Despenza.
Elise Khalifa.
Aisha Khan.
Hannah Wasserman.
Chia Yen Lee.
Matthew Samini.
Jake Slyman.
Trevor Collin.
Tyler Angers. Annie Bear.
Sophia Bonito.
Ulysse Hovenson.
Jason Liu.
Rami Kadu.
Mercedes Reyes.
Gohar Melkanyan.
Mario Koji.
Matthew Chang.
Rachel Stuhldreyer.
Casey Ann Reed.
Jeffrey Fisher.
Paige Oresco.
Fu Ho.
Jackie Chu.
Sable Fink.
Sung Jun An.
Kobe Levine.
Karishma Hingarani.
Omar Harb.
I said her name, yeah. Thank you very much.
BBA Section 2.
Adam Humrick.
Matt Bowerbach.
Elizabeth Wilkins.
Corey Birdman.
Evan Garfinkel.
Lake Vitton.
Madison Goodman.
Julie Kesselhalt.
Katie Ansel.
Anna Temshimsky.
Carrie Hogarth.
Amia Kore.
Simon Moe.
Sarah Zhang.
Jonathan Evans.
Megan Hull.
Samuel Reach.
Gori Goville.
Michael Palazzolo.
Andrew Bull.
Kevolya Patel.
Sham Shah.
Priya Patel.
Lauren Ayers.
Peterson Yanakiv.
Alexandra Johnson.
Juliet Logan.
Bryson Goldstein.
Jake Erickson.
Nick Kim.
Ashley Lee.
Hello. Jason Weiwei Sue.
Asin Ali.
Farhad Hussein.
Aaron Tan.
Eric Boyle.
Zachary Vance.
Mac Bank.
Mike Mazinger.
Danny Christ.
Jackie Santakis.
Radwan Munkara.
Thisal Mudalich.
Evan Becker.
London Leonard.
Shanae Swaby.
Benjamin Knapp.
Matt Kim.
Michael Cherkov-Felshinsky.
Victor Srek.
Brian Jahuk Lee.
Gregory Zuroff.
George Shu.
Sabrina Mui.
Adam Broadnax.
Jin Kim.
Hao Young Chen.
Chitrini Sivashankar.
Emily Gorman.
Vanessa Wong.
Sabaya Turner.
Sheila Zhu.
Alexandra Swift.
Nina Chen.
Megan Lamb.
Andre Clayjean.
Grant Geiger.
Lauren Newman.
Essen Abdul Kabir.
Cody Flanzer.
Austin Ash.
Kevin Gay.
James Miller.
Mac Levin.
Sarah Hansen.
BBA Section 3. Joe Popielash.
Alex Bugaiski.
Joseph Runco.
Ben Sutkowitz.
Alex Pages.
Catherine Zhang.
Marie Carroza.
Brian Heiligenthal.
Trey Lundmark.
Madison Powell.
Reina Srivastava.
Courtney Malashevsky.
Pooja Valera.
Tyler Gardner.
Jacqueline Kim.
Connie Lynn.
Michael M.
Maria Callahan.
Ashley Pieper.
Benjamin Hester.
Victoria Chapin.
Jeffrey Chen.
Cindy Zhao.
Asher Nelson.
Connor Hawley.
Alexander Stylin.
Julian Smith.
Taylor Jansen.
Susan Dune. Eileen Chung.
Jenny Wong.
Peggy Yu.
Frank Peng.
Lakshmi Gudaguntla.
Ethan Lutz.
Andrew Fink.
Adam Kozak.
Matthew Curtis.
Michelle Belgrad,
Stephanie Trierweiler,
Lucas Trierweiler,
Jonathan Fisher,
Michael Schur,
Kevin Sinitar,
Derek Ash,
William Gu,
Gauchua Shia,
Jennifer Zhang,
Jennifer Yang,
Hirsch Chitkara,
Ariel Genpana,
Madeline Rose,
Andrew Hyde,
Carrie Hu,
Akshata Apte,
Regina Chen,
Stephanie Alberti,
Julia Zazove,
Catherine Lanchek,
Jacqueline Roth,
Rowan Graywall,
David Holtz,
Andrew Charlton,
Colin Cheeseman,
Kyle McGow,
Alexander Schneider,
Tommaso Angelini,
Alexander Lurs,
Nate Fisher,
Suril Butala,
Kevin Zhang,
Emma Hayden.
B- BBA Section 4. Nicholas Johnson,
Juan Rodriguez.
Kevin Yang,
Sharik Demerjian.
Deepika Purdeep,
Paula Perikas.
Carly Berger,
Alexandra Silverman.
Tristan Neeb,
Kelly Condon.
Connor O'Hora,
Sushin Qatar.
Suna Patel,
Aisha Patel.
Rainya Patel,
Bhavik Parikh.
Ryan Munka,
Jeremy Galb.
Mackenzie Conklin,
Eleni Bricolas.
Emily Glazer,
Sarah Wood.
Ozzy Stone,
Rahul Nair.
Emma Hayes,
Jesse Peterson.
Matthew Mulliner,
Joseph Pagano.
Connor Mulvoli,
Joshua Speak.
Evan Siegel,
Eric Nan.
Caitlin LaRue,
Caitlin Lambert.
Tomas Espinoza,
Jeffrey Chan.
Emily Kai,
Alyssa Toy.
Parth Shaw,
Debbie Chang.
Julie An,
Zachary Mannheimer.
Jonah Kemp,
Ashlyn Bunning.
Maria Malinowski,
Alexandra Namba.
Kyle Mallon,
Kevin Kelly.
Jay Parikh,
Andrew Vaisman.
Karan Tolreja,
Aaron Locke.
Diane Sunji Rowe,
Justin Kim.
Eileen Kim,
Katie Greer.
Emily Friedman,
Lauren Scott.
Amber Simmons,
Michael Strazowski.
Javon Barrett,
Wilson Jones.
Jake Klein,
Zoe Hotoff.
Mara Moldavin,
Emily Yang.
Nikki Cho,
Jonathan Felker.
Andrew Scott Feldman,
Robert James Carey.
Maxwell Patterson Baker,
Dylan Britis Tamenbaum.
Jack Scott,
Garrett Goldsmith.
John Fierturi,
Ben Ross.
Ross Barlow,
Connor Murphy.
Mario Egg Osta,
William Levin.
Evan Betoff,
Justin Zipkin.
Bradley Collins, Ryan Tish,
Sarah Stormzan.
BBA Section 5. Andrew Becky.
Christine Mifsud.
Shahida Islam.
Jasmine Palakurthi.
Brooke Schwartz.
Angelica Centino.
Brittany Schwartz.
Mackenzie Connolly.
Danny Shine Barn.
Samantha Cohen.
John Luciani.
Joshua Cohen.
Ari Bender.
Keith Knopp.
Eric Steinberg.
David Solomon.
Jake Wasserman.
John Bain.
Brett Lancaster.
Preston Lee.
Abby McFarland.
Alex Tarowski.
William Laffrey.
Kiva McGee.
Christopher Spaley.
Kristen Lynch.
Josh Jackman.
Chance Horkey.
Andrew Sunkson.
Noah Curran.
Max Brandel.
Kathleen Filicelli.
George Bistolaritis.
Aylin Sensift.
Nisarg Shah.
Alexa Charles.
Sarah Z.
Jack Massey.
Kyle Tobias.
Gregory Graham.
Christina Chang.
Jacob Groden.
Michael Levitsky.
Jordan Gertzman.
Garrett Wallace.
Benjamin Smith.
Irene Kim.
Miles Hawkins.
Joseph Bonvalor.
Kenny Johnson.
Kendall Keyshawn Smith.
Chanel Murph.
Shivani Bakre.
Jason Bitker.
Alex Weiss.
Dustin Ross.
Elliot Small.
Mitchell Castleman.
Catherine Stanky.
Sydney Bartell.
Sydney Sampson.
Chelsea Rosales.
Amol Carvalho.
Akshay Jain.
Adi Iyer.
Megan Maum.
Joshua Davis.
Schuler Barker.
Christopher A. Wilk.
Peter Lally.
Paige Gagnon.
Nikhil Patel.
BBA Section 6.
Ted James.
Charlotte Zukakis.
Kathleen Bird.
Madeline Stroin.
Madison Ochevsky.
Sarah Hakim.
Parthana Kotagiri.
Christina Rodella.
Sarah Sung.
Sanjay Kodulavi.
Sean LaMarche.
Nico Pozar.
Gloria Mang.
Anna Ranger.
Danny Madian.
Jackie Olafson.
Matthew Friend.
Jake Steslicki.
Thomas Girdler.
Sita Subramanian.
Shreya Ranjan.
Erica Sai.
Tyler B.
You, Sophia Dye.
Katie Keene.
Heather Decino.
Matthew Schmidt.
Ian Martsky.
Aaron Rohr.
Andrew Efimoff.
Maxwell Ullman Williams.
Reagan Wilcox.
Mary Weipert.
Justin Williams.
Rohan Sinha.
Christian Spire.
Elise Keller.
Artie Cameron.
Michael Abushara.
Adam Shalem.
Naman Gupta.
AJ Das.
G. Shah.
Cheyenne Shafi.
Scott Tansingis.
Alex Mitchell.
Maxwell Bradley.
Andrew May.
Fiona Ma.
Abimanyu Muchal.
Emily Laws.
Anna Gorzalski.
Grace French.
Amanda Ciancio.
Alex Rakestraw.
BBA Section 7.
Danielle Mileto.
Devin Maltz.
Leah Moore.
Sydney Elmer.
Catherine Curran.
Matt Overberg.
Jennifer Hill.
Grant Jason.
Oliver Henry.
Brian Kai.
Justin Baker.
Brianna Berger.
Dahara Gosalia.
Revathi Kumar.
Claire Jalek.
Jennifer Smith.
Magni Patel.
Juhi Kapadia.
Aryan Unmin.
Megan Bauer.
Arjun Kashal.
Emily Fisher.
Maria Klotz.
Isabel Futter.
Nancy Graham.
Alicia Luthra.
Langsi Wu.
Becky Quach.
Helen Tan.
Amanda Guo.
Richard Zhang.
Rahul Narayan.
Ryan Yuen.
Megan Meneguzzi.
Eldar Hassel.
Joseph Pinella.
Kenta Namato.
Samuel Orley.
Ashley Kleeman.
Shayna Haddad.
Ian Seinfeld.
Matthew Kaplan.
Benjamin Pan.
Nun Desai.
Thomas Sheeran.
Jacob Blacks.
Mitchell Dopplet.
Raymond Zhao.
John Stroud.
Lindsay Brooke Barrison.
Tanvi Kuklarni.
Ben Stemple.
Wyatt Chamlin.
Sohaib Imitaz.
Kyle Seychelle.
Justin Chan.
Chelsea Young.
Carlton Hunter.
Jared Feldman.
Maria Star Pagnuco.
Ryan Fellman.
Vamsi Reddy.
Yash Sate.
V. Sahal Yuman.
Sam Vetromile.
Hancheng Truman Liu.
Quan Du.
John Ottinger.
Josh Newman.
Sommer Bose.
David Greenbaum.
Jacob Migdal.
Elena Kaler.
Soham Mishra.
Sarah Starr.
Ryan Bryce.
Richard Liu.
Joshua Sung T. Kim.
Andrew Seltz.
Michael Reverd.
Akshay Chajed.
Shira Kitte.
Carly Morrow.
Anya Dow.
Jake Shepard.
Kara Sandrowski.
Nicole Cholfi.
In closing, let's congratulate all of our award recipients and graduates of the class of 2018. To all of you, we are proud. We are proud of you. We are proud to be Wolverines, and it is our privilege to welcome you as alumni of the Ross School of Business. And to honor you, I would now like to invite some special guests into our arena, your University of Michigan Fanfare Band. And now I invite all of you to join us in the singing of Hail to the Victors. Let's do it one more time. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Go Blue!